At a depth of 32 meters, they discovered an extremely narrow U-shaped passage. They identified two major restrictions inside it. The first restriction was only 0.76 meters high and 0.4 meters wide. The second restriction was even narrower, with the bulky tanks mounted on their backs. Passing through the second restriction was impossible. The divers would have needed to remove their tanks and push them ahead while swimming. They also noticed that many of the rocks on the cave floor were unusually beautiful. One mysterious large stone, with an inscription carved into it, attracted their attention. After returning to the surface, the team decided to dive again the following day and recover the stone. On July 15, Henry and Claude returned to the narrow tunnel, following the route they had already learned. They secured a rope around the stone and sent a signal to the surface. Their teammates above began slowly pulling the rock upward. However, during the process, the rope suddenly became stuck and could no longer be pulled. The team also noticed that the regular stream of bubbles rising to the surface had stopped. There appeared to be no movement below. Two divers on shore immediately entered the water. Following the rope, they found Henry and Claude, showing no signs of life. Both divers' breathing mouthpieces had fallen from their mouths, but the rest of their equipment remained intact, and there was still pressure inside their tanks. At first, people believed that the two men had been killed by a sudden surge inside the cave, or by an acute decompression-related condition. However, when investigators tested the gas inside their tanks, they discovered dangerously high levels of carbon monoxide. While filling the tanks on shore, the team had used a fuel-powered air compressor. The wind may have been blowing in the wrong direction, causing exhaust fumes from the compressor's